Hey, Mike. Hey, Hope. I don't know what happened. I got near something. I definitely went to a different area and was heading towards it. And then all of a sudden I looked down and this was off. Yeah, so did I. Big old airplane. Alright, so I'm going to try to go up here again. Let's see if this works this time. That's when I started heading up here last time. That's when it went wonky. It's pretty crazy. If you go on YouTube, or if you Google this place, you'll find that quite a few people have come here. Historians, archaeologists have all come here to study this place. People from all over the world. Here's another home settlement. It's got to be, because this isn't that far into the woods, to be completely honest with you. I thought on the map it looked much further, but it's really not far at all. And we are only about a mile from the naval submarine base. We're only a mile from downtown Groton, where like everything is, where service is totally fine. There's cell towers not far from here at all. I mean, like, very close by. It's just very interesting, all of it. Just imagine, like when I look around, I'm trying to imagine it all being as it was when it was still, when people still lived here. And to look around and see this giant village sprawling out through the woods, and to see Native American peoples, walking around and dressing animals and teaching their children how to hunt, how to make things with what you have around you, or Vikings walking through here with their big braided beards and crazy axe hammers and big old giant Norse Vikings, and or Celtic monks chanting in those frequencies. I forget what those frequencies are called. There's a term for them. So I don't think it's the God frequencies, but it's something like that. It's these frequencies that are used for healing. They literally can heal physically, emotionally, and mentally. So just imagine all the different energy that's been here. Imagine being able to walk in here and flip a switch, and all of this looked like it did when it was still alive, and everyone was here moving and doing what they did. I'd love to know what this is. They don't know what this is. I mean, people with small minds go, fire pit. Fire pit. Yeah, all right, maybe. I have a very hard time believing that that's just a fire pit. They built a fancy fire pit, 3 rings, because there's the ring with that, and then there was more, and then there's the second one, and then the outer. I don't think it's just oh, the people well before them. 2000 BC, this goes back to. Before Christ, bro. Before Christ. Think about that for a moment. Before Christ, there were people here. I can't even wrap my head around how long ago that actually is. "2,000 years before Christ." So we're in 2023. So what, 4,023 years ago? Incredible. Oh, thank you, Mike. Thank you, buddy. The town is surrounded by nuclear submarines. It is a nice day. It's a very nice day. It's beautiful. It's pretty warm. It's about upper 40s maybe, but it feels very nice. The wind's just blowing a little bit. Yeah, frequency 427, 520. Yes, that's 2 of them. There are more though. There are more than that. Oh golly, I was just talking about it with Fresh the other day. See, I can't think right now. I can't think. The words just aren't coming to me. I couldn't think of the word chamber. It's just so interesting. There's a part of me that wants to do a EVP session, but I don't know if that's a smart idea. What say you? What say you, folks? Oh, thank you. Bearded wonder. Yeah, I'm a bearded something. I'm a bearded something. I need a drink. What say you? Think short burst EVP session or no? I think it's a bad idea. Oh, that's so cold. Woo! No, Mike, what do you got? Give me some suggestions. I can't think straight, Mike. I'm telling you, the electromagnetic energy in here is so strong, and I was getting zapped right over there on top of that hill. My EMF detector was just pinged. It was pinged. It looked like it was flickering on the camera because that's how it shows on the screen. But here, when you looked at it, it just was straight up on, and it wasn't shutting off. So I'm getting hit with something. So if you've got some suggestions, my mom's saying no. My mom's saying no, don't do it. Don't do it. Someone's been here recently because they left goldfish behind. There's quite a few, actually. And then there was a hat on top of the hill over there. I mean, there's no reports of anything negative here. No one's ever reported anything negative. It's just people. Just settlements. So, I don't think we have anything to worry about there. But an electromagnetic energy does this no matter. If you have a high level of it in your house, it can do this to you. Some people even get it just from using a cell phone if they have sensitivity to it. I don't generally have a sensitivity to it. I mean, I worked with electricians before, doing all kinds of electrical work, and never had any problems. But when you get in places where it's ramped, where it's high, and it's definitely high here, it can bother anybody. Some people get very ill. This is nothing like that day at Patchogue. I'm still in control of my faculties, where that day I for sure thought I was not. I thought I was going down, and I wasn't getting back up. I'm having a hard time deciphering where the Cliff of Tears is. And the reason they call it that is because people get near it and they have an overwhelming emotional response. Of course, they don't tell you precisely where this stuff is when you go on Google. They don't tell you how to get here. This is something that you have to find out from somebody who's been here. So they don't want people coming out here partying, vandalizing, all that stuff. But I think, ow, son of a bitch. I think it might be this up here. It might be where I was earlier. I would agree with you. Most kids don't play outside at all anymore. Most kids don't. You guys probably couldn't even see when I first got in here, huh? When I got down to sites 8 and 9. guys probably couldn't even see it then, because I couldn't. I was asking you over and over if you could see me, and nobody was answering. All right, let's check this out. Hi, Dana. I mean, there's just signs of people. Not people from recent times, but people from way back. It doesn't look like there's any more spots over there. Sites 8 and 9 were way back, like way back there. But I didn't have service when I was over there, apparently. I didn't know that until I looked down at the phone for a little bit and saw that everybody was saying it was buffering. But, I mean, there's trails that go all over this place. I'm sure some of them have nothing to do with GungywAmp. I'm sure they just go. Yeah, like this. This isn't... This is exactly what... It's all right, Nancy. You don't have to say sorry. Listen, Mom will tell you, when I was a kid, I would try to get outside on a weekend or a snow day or vacations as early as possible. I mean, I would try to get out right at friggin' dawn. The sun would just be coming up and I'd be trying to get out the door on my bike. And she'd have to, you know, fight to keep us in until some of the other kids came out to play, because I'm sure just like we were trying to get out of the house as early as we could, every other kid on the block was too, and every mom was saying the same thing. Oh, it's too early, nobody's out playing yet. Well, if you let me out, my friend's mom would see it and they'd let them out too. That's what we were thinking. And then it was, you know, fighting to get you in. Lunchtime, like, I don't need lunch. Who needs lunch? And then it'd get dark, and you'd hear your name being called from the door. Imagine doing that today. Imagine standing at your door and screaming your kid's name outside. Somebody would think you were crazy. They'd call the police on you. They'd get a welfare check. They'd say, this person's out here screaming for their kid. Who knows where the child is? But I'd try to get outside as early as I possibly could, and I would stay out as late as I could. Even when, I remember when we got Nintendo, right? And that was a huge thing. That was huge. Nintendo was the biggest thing. To that point, it was like the coolest toy ever. And I remember we got Nintendo, and of course you were excited to play it, but we would choose outside over Nintendo. If we couldn't go outside, then we'd play. Or if it was raining, we'd play. And even then, more often than not, we were playing with our trucks, with our action figures. I had my own action figure wrestling federation. I literally had matches and storylines and different champions, and I played with those things for hours. Same with Ninja Turtles. But man, outside was it. I loved the woods. We had woods behind the house, and nothing major, Small patch that stretched from our house to another road behind it. And yeah, we'd be out there as much as I could. You saw something on the hill? So I just heard voices. The other thing I wonder about being out here, looks like somebody was eating a hard-boiled egg recently. Probably the same person who was eating goldfish. The only thing I wonder about out here is these chambers, right? Why are there not any animals living in them? Wouldn't that be the perfect place? To hunker down? Sure, it's because they feel it. My what? My roadside? Yeah, I know. I was thinking that too, but I don't think people come out here daily. I don't think most people probably listen to the rules and don't go places where it says no trespassing. Whoops. If it was like on somebody's property, like if it was like a home or something like that, like I wouldn't come out here, but it's owned by the city. Or something like that, the historical society, or I don't freaking know, something like, because it can't be owned by the city and then considered private. It would have to be public. What the hell is that? Whoa. Almost a full-on wipeout. Where's Freshy Fresh? I mean, that's so neat. It's like a hobbit house. It's just so neat, man. It's like a hobbit house. I feel like I'm in Lord of the Rings. Admittedly, I get sucked into this YouTube rabbit hole often, where I end up watching video after video of people who build shelters into the ground, much like that. Before I know it, I've watched 3 or 4 hours straight of them. This is just so neat, man. But what was it for? It wouldn't be a home, because you wouldn't want a hole in the back of it sloping into it, and the rain would run right into it. So what is it? And this is part of where the equinox, this is one of the equinox chambers. But why? Why? That's the question. Yeah, those vids are awesome. I end up watching them forever. Very addicting, and then it makes me want to go live in the woods. Dig a shelter out on the side of a hill. Just stay there forever. I want to see real quick if we can go down to the other spot, or if we're going to lose service down there. I wonder how many arrowheads you find here. All right, let's see. Tell me if we start losing service, okay? Tell me if we start disconnecting. That's some weird looking doo-doo. It's full of hair. But also some weird nuts. Looks like bone. That's probably coyote. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that, buddy. Thank you, man. I still have no idea even how to retrieve any of that money. Did everybody see the new, design for the merch? Posted it yesterday. Oh, I hope you guys feel better soon, Lake. Also, I'll fight somebody if they continue to be mean to you guys. In real life. Not, I'll fight them in real life, not over the keyboard. Oh God, I wish I could see snow, Lake. We haven't gotten anything here. It's been crappy. I'd love to have a little snow. Oh, country boy, don't even say that, bro. Don't even say that. You don't have to give anything, man. You don't have to give anything. I appreciate it. Gotcha, Lake. Gotcha. Oh wow, that pretty butterfly. Hey, you're pretty. Oh, sorry. Got a little too close. just weird stuff everywhere. I mean, this isn't even supposed to be part of it. But I want you to look at how those rocks are stacked underneath that one. And this isn't even supposed to be part of the GungywAmp stuff. Whoa! That big old osprey just took off from right here somewhere. All I heard was the first flap of the wings. Interesting place. Interesting place. Fortunately, you get people leaving trash, engine block, tires. How you doing, guys? day, that's right. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to get my scarf and my shirts cold. And then we can stop filming in a few minutes so I can get out of here. Hey guys, how are you? Yeah. Yeah. When you gotta go over that water there, follow it all the way up, and then what happens is it's going to, the path's gonna go to the right, right? That'll go down to site 789, the right, but to the left, you'll see, like off in the distance, you'll see a bunch of like stone walls and rocks, but you can't see the actual foundations.
Okay.
So you have to follow a path to the left to get to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Wow, you know all the names. It's like, I grew up in this area and I never came here.
I just learned about it, like literally like a couple weeks ago, and I said I'm going today. So
Can you show us?
yeah, I'll show you absolutely. I'm putting my gun in my backpack. Okay, it's just I was out here alone, so.
You're safe?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, you come out in the woods alone, you don't know.
No, I grew up here and all my teenage friends used to come here and
Party.
Yeah, but then I found out that they made it like you couldn't come here like
Well, it's private, So I got nervous when I heard you guys coming. I'm like, oh God, it's the cops.
You were nervous too.
Are you not supposed to be here?
Well,
It's private property.
State, though, but part state says have to be.
Right. If it's owned by the state and the town, it should be public.
Yeah.
Oh, but
right?
they're like that. They hide all that.
Yeah, of course. I know they just don't want people vandalizing it and all that stuff. Like, I get that.
Were you filming it? Are you gonna
Yeah. I'm live on YouTube right now.
Oh my God. You're on it right now?
Yeah.
Oh,
Especially when I go in the woods alone.
Yeah.
I like to be live in case somebody, something happens. Like, at least then I have it on
What's
film.
your thing? Like, what do you do? What's your...
I'm into anything strange, anything weird, anything, ghosts, UFOs.
are there UFOs?
What, I mean, yeah, they're real. Absolutely, they're real.
They're trying to bring it all out now. I don't know if they're trying to do that to keep us looking in a different direction.
There's probably so much more out there that they don't want us to see.
What's your name?
Kyle.
Kyle, I'm Tam.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Jody.
Nice to meet you. Tom, Ron, nice to meet you guys. Nice to meet Kyle. Nice to meet you guys. Yeah, I'll show you where to go. I was freaked out when I heard people. I'm like, oh my God, it's the cops. They're probably chasing me out of here.
So I read about it a little bit.
Yeah.
Kyle, and,
There's so many questions
there's
about
a
it
lot of
still.
Theories, right? So
Yeah.
They said the conspiracy theory is that it was built by the Celtic monks, right?
Celtic monks, yep.
Who were, fleeing the Vikings, huh?
Right, and so they believe. I mean, the problem is that a lot of the stuff, when they try to line up like the carbon dating on stuff that they found here, or just going off of how things are built, a lot of it doesn't match up with what the people that should have been here.
Right.
So all they're left with is a lot of theory.
Right.
The monks is one of them. Pre-tribal Native Americans even, they said. There's been things, there's been things carbon dated to 2000 BC here.
To 2000? Wow.
2000 BC, there was like stone tools.
Did you hear that, guys?
Yeah, 2000 BC, some other tools that were, I think, dated to 550 BC. And then I think they said the last time they believe it was actually settled was sometime between 670 and 860 or something.
70 to 60. Okay.
So, just imagine the people that could have been here.
Right.
That to
Yeah,
me,
and I heard there's something that the way that the stones are aligned
yeah,
has something to do with the sun and the moon. And
yeah, for the
some
equinox,
kind of astrological alignment that was there.
which is another thing that kind of baffled them,
Yeah.
because the astrological stuff didn't make sense with, watch out for the coyote poo. Okay, so this path here,
Okay.
this one will go down that hill, and that's to, I think, 8, 9, and 10. But this is the cooler stuff.
They're all different sites.
Yeah, and that's even a site right there.
That's 1, 2, site 4.
No, I have no idea. That's one thing I don't know.
Do you live in the area?
Yeah, I live right by Fort Griswold.
Oh, okay.
Yep, right on Minor Street.
I live in Broughton too.
Yeah, I love it out here.
We like to go hiking all the time because we always try to find new trails.
Yeah, that's me. Every weekend I go out.
Yeah, and then I was like, hey, why don't we go to GungywAmp? They live down the street.
Oh, okay.
Tom.
Right on.
Yeah. I was like, let's check it out.
So,
And we're also like big conspiracy realists. Is what I
oh, right on.
call it.
Okay.
Our own group, yeah, we're,
Right on. So
Yeah.
we'd get along well.
yep.
We would get along well.
We have
I'm
our
sure-
own, like, freedom group.
I'm sure my people on here are probably going nuts, going, hey, find out more. So here you go. This is where it starts. And then it comes up and it goes in 2 different directions. The thing is, it's spread out so much. Like there's even little stuff around that corner. There's a site up there. But here's where, and right up top here, if you go up on top of those rocks, that's where the stone circle is.
Okay, so the stone circles there. Okay.
And here,
They find the where it's very magnetic because there's such a spot.
yeah, I have a EMF meter and so here's one chamber.
He doesn't need a meter, guys. We didn't bring ours. We thought that wouldn't pick up.
Oh, it does.
It does?
Yeah. Here's one, and then it comes through the back. So it aligns so that the sun will go right
Pass
through.
through it.
Yeah, when it hits the on the equinox though. Just on the fall, I think equinox is when it shines perfectly through. And it hits something inside, I don't know. I just learned about this, so I'm still learning.
Doesn't go through to anything.
Huh?
There's no other opening.
There's a front, yes, a front.
And that's the light goes through the other side.
I'm not sure. I think it goes through and hits some, I don't know. There's an antechamber off to the side too. But there's a big thing in there that says don't go in because it's caving in from that side. So I was like, no, I'm not going in there. My luck, I'll get pinned in there. And then there's another one. It's so neat. It's so neat. I like,
I can't believe I grew up here and I never came here.
I
I
well,
wasn't interested at the time, but now,
things change when you grow up.
yeah. And this is a time in life that everyone's questioning
Everything.
everything. You're questioning everything you've ever learned in history books. And
Yeah, because they only teach you what they want you to know. They program you to know what they want you to know, and that, and you go through life. People are so incredibly stuck in such a small world because of that. If they just open up their mind a little bit, they see so much more.
Right on.
So much more. But this is so neat. I mean, I stopped and I stood back on top of the rocks. I just imagined what it would be like if this was all still active.
Yeah.
People were here. I mean, pre-tribal Native Americans, Celtic monks, Vikings, English colonists. It's just crazy to think of who was here.
Yeah.
and who did what? Who built this? Because
And it's good to question it and not just like take what they say. You know, it's all theories. No one
Right.
knows for sure.
right.
You know, I wanted to bring my kids here, but my daughter didn't want to go. I homeschool my kids.
No,
My
you're
son is 18,
smart.
My daughter is 10. So I homeschooled them, and I was teaching them to just, you know, question everything.
Right on.
You know,
Yeah.
don't
It's-
just rely on these so-called experts
You can't.
for all your information. Just, you
But
know,
there's an agenda. That's the whole thing. When there's money and power involved, there's an agenda.
exactly.
So what are they gonna tell you? They're gonna tell you what they want you to know. But I was never one to, fully buy into everything. But I mean, it's hard when you're a kid.
Yeah.
You don't understand.
I put you in school for 12 years.
Yeah, right. Oh, this isn't.
Tell you to be quiet.
That's just a ledge. That's just a ledge, but it's a cool overlook.
Yeah.
Where's that? Oh, here you go. You can go right up here and you get to the stone circle.
Yep. Well, I'm on the same page with you.
I
I've been meeting since 2021.
That's awesome.
We have like 40 people.
That's so awesome.
We have a Telegram channel.
Very cool.
It's like sharing information.
Yeah, that's what we do. That's what my channel's all about.
Wake
Is
each other up, wake people up. You know.
yeah. Here you go.
Oh wow, this is so cool.
Yeah. So neat. It's so neat.
One of the theories is that it was like a mill, right?
Yeah.
Grinding
Yep.
flour, but that was just one theory. Then the other theory was that it was Native American and it was something ceremonial,
Yep.
because they said that I could tell it wasn't made with metal, right? There were no metal
Mark.
tools used.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, what do we
But this is where you can pick up the magnetic energy, right?
I picked up a giant spike. See that big ledge back there?
Mm-hmm.
I went up there because I thought that was the place they call the Ledge of Tears, where they say that there's like a really high electromagnetic field or whatever. So I went up there. I don't know if it is or not because it's really hard to tell from the video. But my EMF meter pinned to red, and then bounced back down to yellow and stayed yellow. I mean, just stayed there.
Yeah.
If I stood in that one spot, it didn't move. Yeah.
What's it hanging out right here?
It was, so I was getting on the tri-field meter here, it was like 0.4, 0.5, but when I moved it around, it would go to like 0.9, 1.2, 1.3, depending. Yeah. So, but up there, it went, the tri-field meter, which because
Meter is different than what
We have an
right?
EMF meter.
yeah, so I have a digital one,
We have
and
a
that
special-
just has the green, red, yellow lights on it. The tri-field, when I was up there, a normal baseline reading is like between 0.1 and like 0.6. It was 67
Yeah.
Oh wow.
for like a few seconds up there. I mean, that's, and you, if you watch on here, they'll tell you, when I got up there, I all of a sudden was like, man, I'm dizzy. I got so dizzy. And they're talking, and I like to answer the questions as I go, but I couldn't think.
Yeah.
I was so like foggy.
disoriented.
Yeah, I was so foggy headed. And somebody's,
Good stuff? Good, like good copper or something? Making you
I don't know what,
grounded? So grounded that you...
I don't know what it is. I just know that people say that the EMF does that. I've never had a problem.
EMF.
The natural EMF of the
Oh.
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
the
What
Earth's
is-
natural.
Kyle, what is your YouTube thing? I want to look that up.
It's called Encrypted, but it's spelled different. So it's ENCRYPTID.
ENCR. Okay.
Connections. So we do a lot of paranormal, aliens, UFOs, Bigfoot, like, yeah, all that
Did
stuff.
you have some partners?
It's just me.
Just you.
Just me. Yes.
Really? Where?
Yeah. So I go to Patchogue Forest every weekend just about, and have 2 areas there that we've been investigating for a while now. And well, I say we because they come with me. We're live every weekend. Yeah. So, and
We'll call it the group.
the group, yeah, they're they're family. They're family, yeah. And so I've found 3 different sets of footprints, 15 inches, 14 and a half, and 11 barefoot prints
In Patchogue.
in Patchogue, all in the same general area too.
What time of year?
Right now, winter.
Oh, no kidding.
In the mud. Yeah.
Wow, interesting.
In the mud. You know, a 15-inch foot is a size 21
Yeah, it's big.
shoe. I mean,
Like Bigfoot.
yeah, it's 1/10 of 1% of the population wears that shoe size.
Yeah, gotcha. They're custom made.
From the aliens. There's big aliens.
Might be. I don't know what it is. All I know is that.
About that, there's very tall aliens.
Yeah,
And they're beautiful.
Are you talking about the
Anunnaki.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, the Anunnaki. Yeah, there's a whole lot of theories about how Sasquatch, what they are, if they're part extraterrestrial, if they're not. Native Americans they believe that they live in 2 worlds at once because of the way that they just seem to be able to disappear. I mean, how does a 9-foot tall
Yeah.
1,000?
Spirit world.
Right, exactly. You know, how did they disappear? The tracks that I found, there was 3 tracks, and then all of a sudden there were none. They're just gone. I mean, how do you explain that?
It's like predator crap.
Right. I mean, I don't have any explanation. I just know that I've had them whistle. They were getting hit with pine cones. I've heard multiple vocals, whoops and grunts and growls like within yards of me.
But did you go
And it's
to,
all filmed.
Yeah.
Did you go to Patchogue because you had heard about other people
No.
sighting? No, you just.
Just went.
Just happened to be there.
Just went.
Patchogue.
Just went. Started seeing things that kind of lined up with what other people had, say that when there's Sasquatch activity, there's these things there. And then so I started seeing them, and I was like, well, maybe I'll start coming back.
Right. Was it during the day?
Yeah, I won't go at night.
Yeah.
Not by myself. No way.
You're a
No
spirit.
way. You call me whatever you want. I'm not doing it by myself. Yeah, I'm not still. But that's not going to do me any good.
No, I will run. I'm the horror movie smarty.
Yeah, exactly.
Back
So
here.
daytime I'm there, and that's it. No, I won't do it by myself at night. I have so many friends who are in the community who are researchers, like, have been doing it for so long. Some people who are like, if you've ever watched any documentaries, you probably know who some of them are.
Right.
And these guys go all over the place. I
Right.
mean, they'll go to Canada. They go like some of the craziest
searching
places.
for it.
Yeah, they're searching, man. And it's like, I don't know how you do it at night. No, thank you. It's just too
A
scary.
little spooky.
Yeah. Especially if they have some kind of power.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If they have some kind of power.
Yeah, because the Native Americans believe that they live in 2 worlds at once, that they can live in the natural world and the spirit world. Yeah. Yeah, so they have all kinds of names, like Spirit Brother of the Woods, like Big Brother from the Mountain. I mean, it's crazy when you really look into the Native American folklore surrounding them. They traded with them. They talk openly about it. They traded with them. They had peace treaties with them. They taught each other things, and a lot of that is what you see in evidence now. Still, like teepee structures, but stuff that you and me couldn't make. Made out of giant trees. Like it's like there's no way any man's lifting
Like they
those
had
things.
the tools to move it, right?
Yeah, right. Or the strength.
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But yeah.
Well, it's just like the pyramid stuff, right? It's like, how the hell did they move 500, tons or whatever the weight is of these stones?
They like you to
500 miles.
Yeah, they like you to believe it
It's
was
bullshit.
something. It's bullshit. Yeah. There's no way.
Exactly.
No way. And I'm sure you guys talk about this, or you talked about it, but how many different civilizations across this
Have
planet?
the same structure.
The same structure, and then the same paintings in their caves, the same hieroglyphics,
Glyphs, yeah.
and so many of them are of the people who come from the sky.
Yeah, sky people, right?
Yeah. I mean, no coincidences.
Correct. Yeah, we've been lied to all our lives.
Of course we have. Of course we have.
We all strongly believe that.
That's crazy. I was so nervous walking out. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, the cops are here. I'm going to jail for
Not
trespassing.
again, right?
I'm like, I'm going to jail for trespassing. Either that or I was like, I hope it's not some meth head who's living in the woods over there.
Well, it's like when we came down. I'm like, hey, there's someone up ahead.
Yeah.
You know.
You never know.
Yeah,
You just don't know.
Kyle, where's the best spot to get grounded?
Excuse me.
Oh gosh, I would guess probably there. Either there or up on the cliff.
And you're afraid to go up there now?
Yeah, I won't go back up.
Is that where the porta?
I felt sick. I felt sick. It made me confused and dizzy. Like
Is it really? Yeah, I'll boogie up.
a porta potty?
No, I was just.
Oh.
I was just being silly.
You were referencing the peak or something?
Is it way up there?
Yeah. So yeah, that all that bunch of rocks
Yep.
way up there. So that I thought it was what they called the either the Hill of Tears or the Cliff of Tears.
Gotcha.
And there was a story that it got named that in 1986, there was a group of people who were here to do their research.
Yep.
And when they got to that area, they were so overwhelmed with these feelings of yeah, and that they just started weeping. Yeah, yeah.
Because there's a spot, like not the peak, but right there, there's a huge like cliff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's almost like a seat right there, and then you just want to.
That was where,
That's the spot. Maybe you just want to tumble over.
that was exactly where I was getting the high readings from.
And did you look out and see the other massive rock boulder out there?
Yeah.
But that's another pretty.
Yeah, it's right down there somewhere, right?
I could see that being a lover's leap type of place.
Yeah.
There's another massive rock which I haven't seen in many spots.
Yeah, it's big, man. It's big. It's very cool.
Yeah.
Well, listen, guys, I gotta go. I have someone picking me up because I wasn't driving and parking my car. Hey, nice meeting you guys. Yeah, absolutely. Take care. Take care. You're welcome. Bye, guys. Take care. How crazy was that? How cool. How cool was that? That was so neat. That was so neat. What are the chances? Like really, what are the chances? A place that is it's in the woods, it's illegal to come to. It's got a big old fence up that says don't go here, no trespassing. I'm on my way out. People come and I'm in my bag trying to get my scarf out because I was getting cold. And they just happen to be like-minded souls. How amazing is that? No coincidences. There just aren't any. There just aren't any. That was so neat. That was so neat. Oh, thank you, Dana. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. No coincidence. Synchronicity. Amen. They were so nice. But I could tell when they came up, they were slightly nervous, which I get it. You're coming into a place where there's no trespassing. Here's this guy standing here going through his backpack. And clearly my self-protection was visible at that moment, which would make anybody a little bit nervous, right? So I was like, oh, this is shitty. This is shitty. I wanted to make sure that they weren't somebody I needed to be nervous about. And then when I saw the dog, I was like, all right, so they're not the fuzz. They're not the fuzz. That was very cool. I think the dog's barking. That was very cool. I've been thinking, should I tackle this guy? Woohoo! And the pew pew falls out. It was too, because I was in the process of putting it back in my bag, so I had loosened my belt and I was bending over, and so my shirt's up and it's right there on my hip. It's usually tucked underneath my shirt. And they're coming around the corner and boom, there it is. Ridiculous. So of course I told them, like, look, I'm putting it in my bag. I don't want anyone to freak out, but you know, you're out here by yourself. You never know. Damn. I got so like nervous and flustered over it. I forgot to even ask what their name was of the group. Shoot. I needed to hike out and I need to call for my ride because I did not drive. I was afraid to drive and park my car. Okay, I'm gonna have to look that up. I love the synchronicities. They did seem like interesting people, didn't they? They were very nice. Good idea. I will. I'll do that. I will. I will make a post. I will make a post. That was so cool. I love bumping into people who are like-minded, kind folks. Yeah, this was a neat place. I liked it. I really did. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, no singing today. I was too dizzy and weirded, like just weird still. I was having a hard time, like thinking clearly. I'm glad they have people with them, like more than one. I'm nervous that people get into those places and it hits them hard. Yeah, timestamp. You got something? Show it. Are you talking about my channel? Some weird woods, man. It's just weird. I mean, even all this rock ledge. There's walls here. People obviously were here too. Some weird stuff I was looking at earlier when I was coming through here. All this stuff. It's all laid over to one side. Look at it. It ain't even connected to anything. Just laid over to that one side to form this like tunnel. And there's more. And this is where something moved when I first got into the woods. It was back in there. Something moved that was big when I first got in here that freaked me out. Almost turned me right around. Almost turned me right around. Look at that giant rock up there. Another walls. Another wall. It's just a crazy place, man. Crazy place. I'm definitely gonna post something. Definitely gonna post something. That was awesome. They were great. It made my day. I love meeting people who have open minds, who are kind. Who see you for who you are. That's even a weird spot way up there. All this is weird, man. There's just so much going on here. You spin me right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby, right round, round, round. Eight, 6, 7, 5, 3, 0, 9. We'll take a peek over here a little. Whoop! Nope, don't do that. Don't do that. Huh. Interesting place, that's all I got to say. Interesting place. Worth it. Worth it. Alright, I'll have to check it out. Oh, sweet. I'd love to see it. Send it over. I'd love to see it. No, that's me vaping. Good morning, Al Bundy. How are you, sir? All right, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to conclude today's activities. Please put your seats in their correct upright positions. Follow the signs to the door, and thank you for flying Encrypted Connections Airlines. I will check back in with you guys maybe a little later. I'm going to put a post up about these wonderful people. They were great. That was awesome. Freaked me out, got me wicked nervous, thought I was leaving here in handcuffs. But glad it went the other way. I got a call from my ride. All right, guys. Right, put the oxygen mask on yourself to help others. Right, roger that. Thank you, guys. I love you. I'll check you later. Piece of chicken grease. Oh yeah, check out the new merch design. If you've been here since the beginning, and you know about the dangers of quicksand, you're gonna love the new design. You're gonna love it, I promise. So please go check it out. It's worth it. There's still a sale and a promo going on right at the top of the screen. If you click on it, you get 15% off for right now, which is a good deal. All right, guys. I'll check you later. Love yous. Peace.